there's going to be quite a bit of time where I'm not going to be talking because this video is supposed to. It has a point. I'm just mind you, I'm not showing off every game because that would be an hour, if not more. I'm just showing you my part of my physical collection, and there is a point in this. This used to be extremely easy to find. Now it's expensive as fuck for this version of the game. And again, these are Zelda games. Obviously, they're going to be expensive. 3DS. A few years ago, you were able to get these games easy on the digital storefront. Now, you cannot. A few years ago, you were able to get this and this on the storefront too, on the Wii U anyway. Regardless of how you feel about it, you can't find them anymore unless you do it through emulation or secondhand. Never gotten a re-release, either Soul Silver or Platinum. Certainly will never get a re-release because it's a licensed title. Like the other games before it, can't find it. There's a point in this. Some of these games you were able to get on the storefront or are no longer available because obviously they've been out of print for over a decade. Again, that's retro. Let's go to something more recent. All right. This is a game key card. For those of you who don't own a Switch 2, this key symbol on the cart is a signifier that this is not a physical game. The only way to play a physical version of Xenoblade Chronicles 2's DLC some of these games have Switch 2 editions. It doesn't fucking matter. And there's a reason for this. Arguably the cheapest way to get most of the DLC for Guilty Gear Strive. By the way, this game was hard to find before this version got released. Yes. I know someone's going to argue, oh, there's not a real physical version of these games. Bollocks. I could pop most of these Switch 1 games without ever having to worry about not being able to play it. Nintendo can't take these from me. There is a point. Be patient with me. I'm just trying to drive it home to people the importance of physical media. I have an ungodly amount of Switch 1 games. This isn't all my games, this is just an example. And mind you, some of these games I showed you don't ever get a price cut, really. If that happens, it's once in a blue moon. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to be a real physical for the next re-release of the Kingdom Hearts games. the cheapest way to play the Mass Effect trilogy. Okay, now that I've showed just a little bit of my game collection, I'll actually get into detail. Just why is the death of physical media such a problem? And why is Sony basically, stop making physical games bad for everyone? Because honestly, it's so easy to blame GTA 6 for this. I mean, I'm tempted to, but that would ignore the bigger problem. And I'm aware more people buy digital than physical. Some of these games are hard to find. Some of them are not going to be on sale and will one day be delisted. Speaking of which, one of the rarest games I have, and I wouldn't be able to play it, and I'm lucky I got it without paying a premium, was this. Regardless what you feel about this game, you can't get it anymore. Sony could take it from you if you bought at any time. This is one of the rarest PS4 games. Yes, there's a PS3 version and an Xbox 360 version. It doesn't matter. There's no other way of playing it now without a physical version. Now, you could sail the 7 seas, but that isn't very helpful. This just gives more control. It gives these companies more control, and there's no sense of ownership whatsoever. But this is just another example just how dystopian late-stage capitalism truly is. You'll own nothing and be happy. I'm not get a smart ass or some ass idiot saying, "Oh, most of these games you can't play them offline," because there's a lot of misinformation by people who probably have not gotten a physical game or hasn't had one in years. I can turn off my Switch 2, uninstall the patch for this game, and still play it. The day one version. Nintendo can't take this from me. I can still play this game on my PS4. This version is still playable. Despite this version arguably probably being the worst version, I don't have a PS5, and I'm not going to get a PS5 for 1 or 2 games. I can play this game on my Switch 1 and my Switch 2. But why does physical matter? What? Well, it's not a big deal. Do you want some corporation to tell you how long you get to play a game or when you get to play the game? What the fuck are you? Some cuck? Of course, I have many books. I'm not going to show you because that takes too much time. But there's a lot of extremely rare stuff when it comes to books, when it comes to movies, that could be lost. And it's up to people like me to preserve them. There's an entire library of books that you cannot get. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of books that you cannot find anymore. There's movies that are not available to watch anymore. And there's some movies that have never gotten a release on Blu-ray, DVD, etc. This is culture we're talking about here. Games are art. It's ridiculous that we should even have to debate this. It doesn't matter if you think some of these games are good or bad. This game is extremely rare. It wasn't at the time of its release. The original Zone of the Enders, unless you still have a PS2, which fortunately I do, I can't play it. The original version of the second runner, unless you have a PS4, you can't play it. Physical is important because it's under your control when and how you can play your games. I mean, I could show the original versions of Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, Vice City. I have them. I bought them as soon as I found out there was a botched version out there that you can no longer play the originals. Hell, if you play it on PC, you can no longer purchase them. You're stuck with shitty versions of games. And that's all you're stuck with. And this is also another thing about why physical is important. There are certain games where a shitty remaster is the only way to play it. And if you don't own the original version of the game, then you're fucking shit out of luck. Now, on PC, this isn't as much of a problem. And I'm not going to get into detail about a platform I'm not as familiar with. But there's a lot of games that you just cannot easily access now. And 3DS is pretty recent. The PS3 is going to have its support cut completely, where you're not going to be able to buy games. And you'll lose your library. Games that have yet to get a release outside the PS3 are going to die on the PS3. Not every game is fortunate to get a remaster or to get a re-release. Like these games here, though. Xillia, this is a shitty port. I still own the PS3 version, luckily. But that's the thing. Another reason why physical is important. If I get a shitty remaster like this game, I could go back to play the original PS3 version. Yes, I'm aware. There are some downsides to physical media. I'm aware of that. I know someone's going to type in the comments. If you think games are expensive now, just wait until there's no physical as an option. They'll be able to charge as much as they want because there's not going to be an alternative. Anyone that thinks that, oh, they wouldn't do that, you're fucking being naive. This is the gaming industry we're talking about here. The same industry that is raising prices for fucking game consoles. When in the past, game consoles got cheaper, not more. The only reason I even have my Switch 2 is because of my tax return. That's the only reason I have one. Otherwise, I would not have even gotten a Switch 2. It's just ridiculous. I've been slowly being priced out of my own hobby that I've been involved in for over 30 years. For over 35 years, I've played video games. And I'm getting to the point where this is probably going to be the end. Why the fuck should I spend insane amounts of money for games that are going to be broken at launch, which you know they're going to be, overpriced games that are going to not likely go down in price, because what incentive do companies have to have the prices be cheaper, lower the prices when they can simply just keep the prices the same? GTA 6, it's insane. People paid, as of this recording, over $100 for a fucking game with no trailer. I mean gameplay, just to specify. No fucking gameplay. And people paid for it. $100. You have content of a game that was cut. So people feel like, oh my God, I want that version because I feel like I don't have everything that I paid for. So not only is GTA 6 $80 fucking game, well, it's not really $80, it's actually more $100. It's a $100 game, and as Sony announces they're going to kill physical media, they announced they're going to remove over 500 movies that people fucking purchase on the PlayStation Store. GTA 6 sells over about 40 million. Sony announces they're going to close the Vita and PlayStation 3 stores, and they announce they're going to basically take people's movies that they purchased. All in the shortest span of time. What the fuck? You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That's the mentality. That's what they want us to embrace. Fuck that. Seriously, I think I'm fucking done with game. Honestly, I have a fucking large game collection, and what you've seen in my videos, at least in this video, isn't even close to the amount of games I have. If I stopped buying video games today, for the rest of my life, I would be good. I have many games that are classics or considered classics, games I haven't even fucking touched, games I haven't even played, games that are waiting for me to actually play. My backlog is fucking huge. I'm good. I have plenty of fucking games. I recognize the convenience of digital games. I bought a lot of digital games myself. But we gotta recognize the reality that the digital-only future it's not something we should be cheering for. We shouldn't be cheering it on. We shouldn't be cheering on the inability for us to own our games or to play our games whenever we want, or have us just have it taken away. This is just going to encourage FOMO even more. People will play the game because they don't want to miss out. Did you buy a game before? Oh, they'll take it away from the storefront and they'll make you pay for it again. Gaming is becoming a hobby that just nickels and dimes. I don't even know what the fuck this hobby is anymore. And you have brain dead idiots celebrating like that they spent $100 fucking for a video game that has no fucking gameplay. I don't care if I'm the minority that values physical games. I don't fucking care. I really don't. Because at least I know the games I bought. At least I know I could still play them many years from now. And I don't have to worry about anyone going to my house and taking my cartridges or disc away. Do you think they won't do this to movies at later down the road? I'm not going to blame GTA 6 because that would be the easy thing to do. It's easy to do that. It's a trend that's been going on for a long time. Nintendo, they're like the last bastions of physical games, but most of the Switch 2's library is game key cards. I thought, at least for this generation, we could at least have one more generation where we have physical games or semi-physical games. Nope. We're stuck with digital only. At least on PC, you have options like GOG and Epic Games or you're not just stuck with Valve as your option for video games. Hell, you don't even have to use any of the storefronts. You have so many fucking games to choose from on PC. It's not even fucking close. I think I'm just gonna end this with this. Without physical media, what the fuck is the point of a console? You're better off just getting a fucking PC at this point. Because the one thing that made consoles, the one thing they had over PCs was there's a physical versions of the games that came out. Now there is no physical version. So if there is no physical version, then as far as I'm concerned, the PlayStation 6 and what the fuck the next Xbox is to be called is completely fucking worthless. Physical games are forever. Fuck digital.